So now that the year is officially coming to a close, I wanted to go ahead and give you my top 10 best films 2025. Since I went ahead and did my top 10 worst films a couple days ago, if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check that out. So all that being said, yeah, 2025, great year for movies. I saw 72 movies. It's funny because when I made my worst of year list, I said I saw what, 65, 68. I've seen 72 now. Yeah, I kind of haven't stopped watching movies, partly because I've been sick. But, for that being said, it's been a really good year for movies. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely one of the better years of the decade. It's been very diverse, very interesting, and it's just been a fun year to go into the theaters. So, with that being said, I will go ahead and start off with my number 10, which is The Black Phone 2. Now, I feel like this movie was just made for me. It is very different from the original. The original was more of like a missing persons case, like a kidnapping movie. This one's much more. The grabber's pretty much Freddy Krueger. We're going to this camp and we're trying to figure out this mystery with this camp, and it's a really fun movie. I mean, I just really had a good time with it. I liked it more than the first one. I really enjoyed the first movie, but I like this one much more because I just really enjoyed the Freddy Krueger aspect of it. I also love the tone of the movie. The movie, of course, taking place in winter. It feels very cold, and it looks extremely cold. And I love that about the movie. The lore they go into here is really good, and the characters I really liked. I really like Gwenny in this because she's our main protagonist, and Finney was the one in the first movie, so she's really good here. The plot's really good. The grabber, I just think, is a horror icon in the making, and this movie really does prove it. I had a really good time watching this movie. It just has a really unsettling tone to it, while also feeling a little hopeful. I don't know. It's just really good. Next up is Predator Badlands. Who would have thought making the Predator the protagonist in this franchise would lead to one of the best films in the franchise? Look, this movie had a hell of a task, which was make the Predator likable, make him a good guy, and they really succeeded at that in this movie. I was very surprised with Predator Badlands when I saw it. It's a fun movie. It looks really good. It is incredibly fun because you have Deck, who is our main predator protagonist in this movie, and you have this android, and her name is Thea. It is really, really good. I really love that dynamic in this movie, to where she's much more talkative, and he's just very stoic, very wants to get this hunt done because something tragic happened to him right before he was sent on this hunt. And it's just a really awesome movie. I love the way this franchise has been going ever since Prey, and then Predator Killer Killers, and now this movie. I really hope this one gets expanded on more. I want to see more from this franchise. I just really enjoyed this movie, and man, we have come a long way since the Predator 2018, that's for sure. And Dan Trachtenberg, who is the director of this movie, and Prey and Predator Badlands, and Predator Killer of Killers, he is really setting this franchise down a path that I can get behind so much. Next up is Avatar Fire and Ash. Now, when I first saw this movie, I thought it was just pretty fun. I thought it was really good, but it wasn't great. I gave it a 7.5. Seeing it again, watch this movie multiple times. Yeah, I really enjoy this one. This is a damn good movie. It feels just so old school, and it's a classic 3.5 hour movie that just doesn't feel like it's 3.5 hours. It feels way shorter than it actually is. And that's something I really admired about it. And I love James Cameron. He is always going to be one of my favorite directors. I love the way his direction was going on in this movie. I like this more than Way of Water. Not more than the first Avatar, but I definitely really enjoyed this one. It is such a fun movie. And yes, its messaging at the end is a little weird. Yes, it goes into the lore a lot harder in this movie, but I really like that, how they went into the lore. A lot of people were like, oh, it's too much similar to the second movie. And to that I say, did the second movie show Awa? Did the second movie do all these really weird ideas? No, it didn't. Yes, there's more whale stuff in this. Yes, there's more of that and the same characters. But I feel like when people say, oh, it's too similar to the second one, they're being a little disingenuous. I haven't really rewatched a movie as much this year as I did with Superman 2025. I think this movie is really good. I don't think it's great. I've seen it about 17 times now. So I can at least say that. I think this movie is pretty fun. It is a good return. It's a good start to the DCU. It's a good start to what James Gunn is trying to do with the DCU. I really love David Cornswell in this movie as Superman. Nicholas Hoult as Lex is really good. Richard Brosnan as Lois is really great. What I love about this movie is how it's just unashamed to be a comic book movie. Yeah, we have heroes in this movie that aren't just Superman. Yeah, we have plots in this movie that aren't just Superman related plots. But he fits into this narrative so much. I wish they would have pushed the narrative of Superman as a hope figure and had these superheroes being sponsored by brands like Maxwell Lord isn't really what should be happening. They should have followed Superman's ideals, but I feel like they're saving that for an inevitable sequel, which we're going to be getting, or a third film, whichever they make. I feel like we're coming towards that idea. I just really enjoyed this one. This movie is just really, really rewatchable. It is a really fun time, and I can't wait to see what the DCU does next. I was a DCEU. It's so hard to get those things mixed up. It's just weird. So anyway, Superman 2025. It's a good movie. A movie I saw this year that really surprised me was The Running Man 2025. This movie was Edgar Wright's new film, and it was really fun. I just really liked it. It is really, really fast paced, and it's what I would say is a movie that is angry with the world. It is pissed off the entire film, and I loved it for that. A lot of people with this movie are getting a lot of criticism for it. I love how fast paced this movie feels. This feels straight from the 70s, early 80s, and I love that about this movie. Yeah, they don't do with the book ending, but you can't really do the book ending for one. And for two, Glenn Powell in this movie, it sucks that this movie didn't do great because I think he is a bona fide movie star. I will always say that. I think he's going to be a great action star, and this movie really does prove it. When I saw this, when I saw this for the first time in theaters, I was like, wow, that is a movie that is genuinely pissed off with the world, and we need more of those kind of movies. We need movies that are just angry for the sake of it. I just really enjoyed the tone, I enjoyed the attitude this movie brought, and I just really liked it. At number 5 is Wake Up Dead Man. Now, I saw this movie in theaters, the first Knives Out movie I've seen in theaters, and yeah, it's a great film, really enjoyable. I think this movie has a great take on religion. I'm not going to get too much into it here. I dived into it into my review, but like I said, a really great take into what religion is and just how people look at it from different perspectives that I really enjoyed. Daniel Craig in this movie as Benoit Blanc is just perfect. He is always going to be perfect. I could watch 17 more of these movies with him and Rian Johnson at the helm. He is just perfect as this character. Josh O'Connor as this priest. He is really, really good in this movie. I loved him. He has this great scene with this phone call in the film. I really loved him as this character. And the rest of the cast is great too, but those are your main standouts. Glenn Close is also really good in this movie. She is surprising. And yes, the killer reveal, it is a little, yeah, you can kind of see it coming. When me and my girlfriend saw it in the theaters, we were like, okay, yeah, those are the killer looks. Well, she got one of them right, and I got the other one right, so that was a thing. But yeah, Wake Up Dead Man, it's just a great movie. At number 4 is Zootopia 2. This movie, again, really surprised me because while I really liked the first Zootopia, I was like, yeah, Disney has not been doing great with sequels or movies in general recently. And then Zootopia 2 came out, and I was like, holy shit, that's how Disney used to make me feel. Because that is better than the first. It is one of the best Disney movies I've seen in a decade. And it's just a really, really good sequel. It is how you do a sequel. I really, really liked Zootopia 2. I thought it was just really fun. The allegories this movie presents with these snakes and the reptiles and this whole other faction of Zootopia that's kind of like Illinois. And then you got these characters called the Lynxleys, and they're clearly supposed to be people that are taking over reptiles' spots, and this is a really good message, and it's much less hammer and home message than the original movie was. Original movie's message, while good, is a little problematic with the way it's executed. This one, there is no problems with the way it's executed. It is really, really good, and I love the Lynxleys as villains. They're really great. Patrick Warburton as his Mayor Horse is just perfect. He is amazing. And of course, Judy and Nick Wilde are just great characters. And I would love to see another Zootopia movie after this. They're teasing the third one. I hope that one gets made. But as for Zootopia 2, it's just a really good movie. Rounding out the top three is Sinners. This movie is the movie of the year, pretty much. Everybody, since they've seen this movie, has said this is perfect. I agree. This movie is perfect. I think it's a great film. It is genuinely such a fun time at the movies. Brings up a lot of really fun issues, but also it is really, really good. And I love the dual performance here between Michael B. Jordan and Michael B. Jordan as Smoke and Stack. Really great characters here, really great leads. Preacher Boy is just perfect. He is a perfect protagonist for this film, and following his story throughout it is great. We have our main villains here being led by Remy, who is just a great villain. He is just charismatic, but also terrifying in all the perfect ways. The way this movie uses music to connect is just amazing, while also just posing that to vampirism and people taking over music, and it's just, damn. It is just one of the best films of the year, and it's one of my favorite films of the decade. Ryan Coogler did an amazing job with this movie. It is just truly a great, great movie that, yeah, I'm going to be rewatching this for the my rest of my life, honestly. In second place is Fantastic Four First Steps. This movie was my favorite of the year for so long because I just love the movie's vibes. This feels very late 60s, early 70s of the Marvel Comics brought to life. This feels like Captain America the First Avenger, which is my favorite Marvel movie, or one of my favorites. This and that one go back and forth now. I never thought Marvel could really pull out a rabbit quite like this movie and quite make me want to just scream at the top of the rooftops that this movie is great because it is. I love the characters here. They get everyone correct, especially Reed Richards. He is the best he's ever been in a Fantastic Four movie or anything in general besides comics. Pedro Pascal just does an amazing job here. Ben Grimm, I just adore in this movie. Same thing with Sue Storm and Johnny Storm, all of which are amazing. The idea of putting Galactus in your first movie is very risky, but they pull it off in a great way. I love Galactus here. I love the Silver Surfer of Shalla. She is great. I love the look of the movie, the vibe of it. It's very cozy, but also it just feels straight out of the late 60s of Marvel. And I appreciate that so much, especially with nowadays Marvel. It is such a big, huge relief to see a movie that isn't connected to anything. Now, granted, Thunderbolts was the same way, but while I like Thunderbolts, I like this one a little bit more just because it's much more my tone, much more my vibe. I just really enjoyed it a lot. But there's one movie I saw this year that was just a little bit better, and that is Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. This movie is just great. It is gory, it is intense, it is gorgeous, it is beautiful, it is gothic. It is what I have wanted from a Frankenstein movie since the 1930s. This is the closest they've ever gotten since the 1930s. Guillermo del Toro is he's just a perfect director. I love what they did here with the monster. I love what they did here with Victor Frankenstein. Oscar Isaac is great here. Jacob Elordi as the monster is amazing in this movie. Mia Goth is great here as well. This movie's just beautiful. It is beautifully told through telling a prologue, then Victor's story, then the monster story. I just love that part of the film. It is just, it is what you would want from a Frankenstein movie. In 2025, you wouldn't think you would get a movie quite like this, but you did. And it's just amazing. I have seen this movie once so far this year, but it is just gorgeous. It is just amazing. And I implore you, if you haven't seen Frankenstein 2025, go watch it. It is a perfect movie. So yeah, Frankenstein is my favorite film of 2025. Tell me in the comments below how you guys would rank your your top 10 favorite films of 2025. Tell me if you don't even have a 10, do a favorite. What was the movie you liked this year the most that you just want to rave at the top of the rooftops? Tell me in the comments below, and I will see you guys next year, actually, because this is going to be my last video of the year. I'm really excited to start new videos next year. I know this year has been very, very hectic when it comes to me because I deleted the channel, then I came back, and I was off for like 4 months, and then I came back again. I don't know. It's a hectic ride, but I will try and make more videos more soon. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Take care.